Hello and welcome back to the Geordie Pig Investor channel. Today we're going to have a really exciting video as I am going to be opening up my new ISA account. Just quickly before we get on with today's video, I'm just going to let you know that I currently have a referral code which is in the description down below. If you don't have an InvestEngine account right now, if you open one up using my referral link, you will actually receive a bonus cash amount worth between £10 and £50. All you have to do is invest an initial £100 and then you will receive that free money into the account worth between £10 and £50. So if you'd like to do that, please click on the link in the description down below. Let's get on with the video. So if you didn't know already, there's been a new rule being put in place from the new tax year 2024-2025 where you can actually open unlimited amounts of ISA accounts. There's specifically stocks and shares, which is what I'm interested in, and I can open as many accounts as I want. Previous years, you've only been able to have one stocks and shares ISA. And for this new tax year, I will be looking at having two stocks and shares ISAs. So last year, if you didn't know already, I did have my one stocks and shares ISA in my Trading 212 account, as that is where my main portfolio is. With me being a dividend investor, I like to invest not only in ETFs, but also stocks. And that is why I had my stocks and shares ISA over there, because on that platform, you're able to pay very, very low fees and also buy stocks as well as ETFs. Whereas on InvestEngine, as good of a platform as it is ETF only, so you can't buy any singular stocks. But now that I can have multiple, it's meant I have now got the opportunity to open up a stocks and shares ISA on my InvestEngine account, and that is what we're going to go through today. So this is my account here. We can see that I currently have a factor ETF and chill account, which is a self-managed in my general account, not the ISA yet. And you can see I have a portfolio balance of £758, which has returned me over 14% and just shy of £60 since opening back in November last year. You can see all the different times I made deposits and buys into my portfolio, which is really nice to see. I really like the way that InvestEngine have the layout on here, very easy to see, and you can go through and see all your different stats on here as well. Obviously with me not even having the account open for over 6 months, my returns over the last 6 months are the same as max. But moving on, anyways, enough about my portfolio. This is going to be a video on how to open up your InvestEngine ISA account if you are looking to open one up yourself. And like I say, the luxury and beauty of it now is you're not fixed and forced into just picking one ISA account, so having to, look between all the different types of brokerages and pick one out that you think is the best. You can now actually open up a couple of different ones, and then you can actually gauge from that if you prefer one of them and maybe you want to stick with one. Personally, it's going to be unlikely that I open more than the two accounts because I don't want my money just being spread across loads of different accounts. I'm going to be just about on the cusp of hopefully hitting that £20,000 a year limit. So because of this, it means I don't want to have loads of different accounts where I'm sort of losing track of how much money I have invested in each of them. So how to open the account up. So you can see on the main dashboard here, if you go to my dashboard, you want to look into ISA and click on Open ISA Account. It'll then take you onto this little page here, and you want to press the continue button, and it's going to come up with an ISA declaration. So you're going to want to make sure that you read through this thoroughly and make sure that you're happy with everything in there, all the information provided. And once you're happy with reading through all the information, you can then tick the little box at the bottom, click continue, and then it's going to ask you what type of investment service you want to do. So do you want to have an ISA account that's managed for you, so you'll pay small fees to InvestEngine and they'll actually build the portfolio for you, or do you want to do it yourself? Personally, I think that nowadays with the amount of ETFs, especially on InvestEngine because it's ETF only, you're going to be much better off just doing it yourself, as there's a lot of good information out there now. You could look back through my own videos and see the current ETFs I'm actually invested in and potentially look at those, or there's plenty of other great content creators out there now who you could look into their videos and see which ETFs they have invested in. But having said that, the managed fund is very, very good in InvestEngine, and from seeing other people use this, it has returned very, very well and is one of the better ones out there. I'm personally going to be clicking on Do It Myself, and then what we want to do here is look through all the different ETFs and go through the ones that you want to add into your collection. So I'll be making my portfolio exactly the same as my portfolio that is already created in my general investing account on InvestEngine. So I will be looking to buy into the exact same stocks. It's just going to be basically restarting from April onwards. So we've got these two,
I'm also invested in GGRG. We've also got the XDEM tracker, which is the World Momentum, which I believe is a great one. We've got the ISP6, which is tracking the S&P Small Cap 600. We've then got the XDEV, which is going to be the next one that I will be in my portfolio, which is the World Value, which I've had great success with. I've had great success with all of them so far, to be honest. I really can't complain. As you can see, the returns on my portfolio since only opening it back in November have been absolutely brilliant. And for the final ETF, it is going to be the XDEQ, which is tracking the MSCI World Quality ETF, which has been one of my best performers since opening up the portfolio. So in total, I'm personally going to be having 8 different ETFs. You could potentially use these same 8 that I'm putting in. These are the exact same 8 that I already have in my general investing account, and I've had great success since opening up in November. But again, it's totally up to you, and that's the beauty of it. You can make whatever you want of it. You can use whichever ETFs you prefer, and that is why it is so good to create your own portfolio and put the percentages how you want to have them. So the next part that we have to do is put the weightings into each of the ETFs. So I'm going to be putting my FTSE India down to 4%. I want to have my UBS Factor MSCI World up at 20%. I then want my Wisdom Tree Global Quality Dividend Growth at 30%. So I'm literally going to be matching the percentages that I have in the general account because I feel that I have a good distribution between them over there. We've then got the World Momentum, which is going to be at around about 12% for now. And same as the iShares S&P Small Cap 600 at 12%. I'm then going to do my MSCI World Value at 10%, my Emerging Markets at 4%, and then finally I'm going to put my X Trackers at 8%. Just going to swap those two over actually and put my World Value down at 8%, and then finish off with the MSCI World at 10%. So that's going to be my personal breakdown. So I'm going to press Review and Continue. And then this is a nice little screen here because it actually breaks down the different regions of the portfolio. So you can see where all of my different ETFs are contributed, and because of the amounts that I'm putting into each of them, it breaks it down for you on here. And if you want to go into the sectors, you can also see that as well. So you can see that mine's quite heavily into the industrial and then followed by technology. And then it'll actually show you the exact holdings. So you can see Microsoft's the top holding. It's actually got 3,900 positions within my portfolio, which is a hell of a lot. But it's very contextual. And like you say, when you're buying into ETFs, that's the ease and greatness of it. You're going to get a wide spread of different stocks covering all different sectors and the ones that you're mainly after. So then from here, you want to press your Save and Continue, and that's it. You're ready to start investing. So this is the portfolio here. And what you can do with the portfolio, I'm going to press my Invest here. I'm going to come down. I'm going to click onto my cash position from the general. And I want to put in the full £100 across. I'm going to review order. And I'm going to be buying into exactly the percentages that I want for each of my stocks. And that order will be executed after 2:30 today, that is how they do it on InvestEngine. So there it is, order submitted successfully, and it is that simple and easy to open up an InvestEngine ISA account. So if I come out of here now, you can see I now have my general investing account here, which has a cash position and my factor ETF and chill portfolio. And then I have now that portfolio that was just created, my DIY 3, I will be changing the name of that. And also the cash position, which is obviously now down to 0. You can see the remaining allowances up at the top, but I need to bear in mind that I also have my Trading 212 portfolio, so my allowance isn't going to be specifically just the money in here. It's also going to have to include the amount that I'm investing in Trading 212, which is actually going to be a lot more per month. But the plan is to invest £100 a month every single month into this InvestEngine portfolio. Now, one question you'll probably have, which I know will come up, is can I transfer my current holdings into here so these move across and I can keep my portfolio balance into my ISA account? And unfortunately, you cannot do that. So the only way I could move this money across is if I sold out of every position in here and then manually move them across myself, which is very frustrating because it makes it look then like you haven't made the gains that you have. But because my position's so small in here and it's at around £700, I am probably going to leave that in here for now. And what I may do over the long term is just, when I've got spare money, is just put some money into this and get up to £1,000, because remember, you can still make up to £3,000 a year in a general investing account tax free. So that has been halved from 6,000 of last year down to 3,000, but you can still make £3,000. So if I was to have £1,000 in here, I don't think there's going to be any threat of making quadruple my money anytime soon in here. But for now, I'm just going to leave that in here. And like I say, I may round that up to 1,000, so it's a nice round number over the next few months. But I'm going to be mainly focusing on my £100 a month into my new ISA account. So it's that simple to open up an InvestEngine account, really is. It's that basic. It's such a good app to use. I really highly recommend it. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any further questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. But for now, this is the Geordie Pig Investor, over and out.